What is going on, everyone? Look, I don't think the Houston Texans are done making moves. Now that the NFL draft and free agency is over, week 1 is going to get here sooner rather than later. We know that the rookies report at the end of this week. Then the schedule also is being released on Thursday. We're going to react to that here. Then before you know it, it will be training camp preseason. Then the Houston Texans will be playing a game on Sunday. It is time to get to work, ladies and gentlemen. However, I don't think this Houston Texans team is done just yet. I think there are still quite a bit of names out there on the open market that the Houston Texans should definitely be taking a look at to get this team some wins. Right now that the rebuild has started, right, and it starts with Demeco and it starts with CJ Stroud, it is now time to get some wins. You also have to consider that another team now owns your first round pick next year, and that is the Arizona Cardinals. Let's not forget the Houston Texans. They traded up from 12 all the way to 3. We gave them our first round pick next year, so you want to make sure you stack up as many wins as possible this season so you can push back that pick later on through the night. So we're going to look at this free agent list. Who should the Houston Texans sign? Welcome to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calavillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content. Follow my Twitter at 713HSP. Follow my Instagram, 713 Houston Sports. Now, without further ado, I have 3 names for you guys that the Houston Texans should go out there and get. Let's go ahead and start. Now, the first player we're going to be talking about is Demarcus Robinson, wide receiver, who last year was with the Baltimore Ravens, the 5 years before that with the Kansas City Chiefs. One of the good things I like about Demarcus Robinson is he just stays healthy. Every single week in his 6-year career, he is there for his team. His stats this year: 48 catches, 458 yards, 2 touchdowns. Would have been one of the leading receivers on this Houston Texans team. Why I like the addition of Demarcus Robinson is because there is no number 1 wide receiver on this team. There's no number 2 or number 3. I told y'all I don't feel as excited about this wide receiver group going into this season as I do the other ones. So you need more bodies. You need more competition. To me, this is a Demarcus Robinson versus Nico Collins. Who is going to be the outside wide receiver for this team? I mentioned Demarcus Robinson stays healthy. Nico Collins can't. Do not forget, we traded so much to move up for Nico Collins. He is entering year 3, and this year 3, he needs to prove he deserves to be in the top 3 wide receivers on this Houston Texans team. I like what Demarcus Robinson could do. 6'1", can make people miss. They use them back there in punt returns when he was with the Kansas City Chiefs sometimes. I would like this addition. You guys let me know what you think about Demarcus Robinson. Now, the second player we will be talking about is former number 1 overall draft selection by our Houston Texans, Jadeveon Clowney. JD reuniting and coming back here would excite me. And you know Demeco Ryans would get the very most and very best out of Jadeveon Clowney. And we know what he is at this point in his career. Very dominant against the run. Maybe could give you some sacks. He had 2 last year with the Cleveland Browns. We're not expecting a full 17 games with Jadeveon Clowney. He has never been that once in his career. I think he has only played a full season once, and that was in 2017. He's played in 4 teams in the past 5 years: the Texans, the Seattle Seahawks, the Tennessee Titans, and the Cleveland Browns. So Clowney is used to moving around, right? He likes these 1-year deals. And when you're talking about potential returns and when you're talking about getting wins on this team, Jadeveon Clowney is the type of person you want on this line. Imagine him, Will Anderson, Jonathan Grenard, Jerry Hughes, just continuously going after the quarterback. We didn't have a dangerous rotation last year. It will be a dangerous rotation this year. I think Jadeveon Clowney will be a home run for the Houston Texans, and it would just be. Yes, we did mess up. Not really mess up the Jadeveon Clowney, situation or the whole tenure as a Houston Texan. But it will be a great story to come back, finish what you started, and try to give this Houston Texans team some wins. Jadeveon Clowney, I would absolutely love. Now, the third and final guy we will be talking about is Yannick Ngakoue, edge rusher. Spent last year with the Indianapolis Colts, 9.5 sacks. The year before that with the Las Vegas Raiders, where he had, I think it was 11 or 10. This is a guy who could consistently get to the quarterback. And when you are the Houston Texans, who have this brand new defense under head coach Demeco Ryans, where our edges are going to be out wide, and the only job they are going to do is get to the quarterback. Well, you want to see someone like Yannick Ngakoue be a Houston Texan. There's no question what he is special at, and that is getting sacks. However, his liability is this dude gives you no type of thump in the run game, which is okay. I'm not asking Yannick Ngakoue to be a starter. I'm asking you to get to the quarterback whenever I call your name. And if it's a rotation of Will Anderson, Jonathan Gennard, Yannick Ngakoue, Jerry Hughes, that absolutely excites me. You have a relentless pass rush, a relentless of guys who can get to the quarterback. Let's not forget, last year, Jerry Hughes at 34 was putting up 5+ sacks, numbers last year. I think someone like Yannick Ngakoue, it's not the sexy hire, but this is someone who your only job here is to get to the quarterback. He played 15 games last season, a full 17 the year before that. Injury is not an issue for me. Yannick Ngakoue will be a great addition. And any one of these three, Demarcus Robinson, Jadeveon Clowney, Yannick Ngakoue, if the Houston Texans sign any number of those guys, I will say we're in the right direction. This is the top 3 free agents that are left after the draft. You guys let me know how you feel. Is there someone I missed? Go Houston Texans. You guys have a very blessed day.